Hi, I'm Sarah. I am one of the collaborations designers at End.
I'm Callum, oversee collaborations at End. This is End's second collaboration with the North Face on Remade. This time we are celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Himalaya Parka.
The inspiration behind the collection is based off a celebration of the Himalayan Parka, so we wanted it to be more dramatic than last time and more formal, which you'll be able to see from the pieces in the collection. So as part of the Remade programme, all of the items in the collection are created from previously unrepairable items from the North Face. The process started about 10 weeks before we actually met with the North Face design team in the factory in Glasgow. We would have weekly calls sharing ideas and inspiration behind the pieces we wanted to create.
So we built the whole collection by hand in Glasgow in a facility called ACS, which North Face work really closely with around rebuilding and fixing their existing items.
When we first got there, it was all about pulling Himalayan parkas and other jackets that we could use from boxes that they had of unrepairable things. We started by taking all the jackets apart and putting together the panels that we could use to create bigger pieces. So removing the elastic from some of the jackets, taking off the cuff, unpicking the hems, and then pinning these all together and creating bigger garments.
It was quite a lengthy process, so the initial 5 days were mainly sourcing the items, deconstructing the items and building the larger panels. The further 5 days were on constructing the new garments and adding trims and finishes. So I was looking at nearly 2 weeks in total. I think the big aim for the collection really is to celebrate the Himalaya Parka and the kind of versatility and how it's crept into the everyday life of most people. So we want to do something where it hasn't maybe transversed yet, which is that formal space. So the idea was to take this typical outdoors jacket and put it into a kind of more formal and grand set. As part of the project, we created 7 unique SKUs. We then upscaled one of the items, being the shawl, to make it available in store upon launch. Let's take a closer look at some of the pieces from the collection. This is the Remade Himalaya down hoodie. So to make this one down hoodie, we actually disassembled 3 damaged Him parkas, then reassembled them based around a loose pattern that we created in advance to create this one pop-over hoodie, which looks nothing like anything in the Himalaya range.
We used the iconic top panel to keep the shape of the Himalaya jacket and then used 2 back panels to create the pop-over for the hoodie. The 2-in-1 skirt can be worn as 2 separate pieces or one piece. The first is the mini skirt, which is like the overskirt for the more dramatic piece. This was made from the bottom half of the shell jacket, so we could keep the fastening for the zip of the skirt. And then we also used the pockets from the Himalayan parka to create some details on the front of the skirt. The down skirt was probably the most challenging thing to make, to try and create such a dramatic look. It was made from sleeves, and then the bottom panels were made from back pieces from the jackets to create like a fuller look on the bottom.
When creating the skirt, we knew size would be really important, so we've added an adjustable elastic waistband on just to give it a bigger range of sizes that can wear it. This is the Remade Himalaya pant. Construction for this one was really quite difficult. So we'd taken the existing waistband of another pair of trousers and then looked to add volume and shape by adding additional panels throughout the legs. On top of that, we also layered in the cargo pockets from the Himalaya jacket to give it a more iconic look. Throughout the process, this meant constantly changing the pattern, extending the seams, and adding more and more allowance to give a more voluminous look.
The pants were mainly created from shell fabric from the jackets, and obviously apart from the pockets which we took from the Himalayan parka. We added snaps to the ankles for easy adjustments so they can be worn in a number of ways.
This is the Remade down beanie.
And this is the Remade tech tie.
These proved to be really quite difficult items to make. You'd assume because they're small, they're really simple, but the down beanie itself uses a much smaller baffle size than you find in any North Face jacket. So having to recreate smaller baffles throughout the process was really difficult. And then the tech tie is made of outerwear pieces, but keeping the sharp edges and keeping it really clean was quite tough and not what that fabric's designed to do.
This is the Remade Himalayan crossbody bag. So this bag is constructed from 2 different types of jacket. We've got the Himalayan jacket, and then we've also got a shell jacket inside, which we used to create a pouch. We used sleeves from the Himalayan jackets for the straps, as well as straps from unrepairable backpack to create a crossbody look over the shoulder. We also used a back panel of a Himalayan jacket to create the base for the bag, and the side panels are made from the pocket panels on a Himalayan jacket.
This is the Remade down shawl. The idea of adding a shawl was inspired by a red carpet event or a gala. We wanted to add something that could be put on the upper body of either a male or female to keep them warm. We worked with the existing baffles from the Himalaya Parka, which allowed us to get more items out of this than anything else.
We also cut some armholes into the middle of the panels and used binding to create the armholes so it was easier for the user to wear. We also added snaps so that the wearer could wear it open or closed.
Unlike the other items from the collection, we've actually made a small assortment of these, one of which will be available on end launches and the others will be available in store during the week of launch. You'll be able to take a closer look at the collection yourself in store. You'll have the opportunity to sign up for the one-of-one items on end launches.
The shawl will be available to purchase in store during the week of launch.
Each item in the collection is finished with a one-of-one remade badge on the interior.